welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton, and today we're going to talk about the Blues Camp, which is a national camp for musically talented kids to bring them to the next level, teach them about the blues, and it happens right here in Hampton. And the woman who brought it here is Jackie Scott. Welcome.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me. I'm doing wonderful, doing wonderful.
You are a wonderful musician in your own right, but you have chosen to spend an awful lot of your time working with the next generation, giving back what you've learned. Why is that?
Well, when I started singing blues, it was not a place that I could necessarily go that I could learn to be a better blues singer. And that quest took me to Chicago to mentor under some of the people that were in Chicago. And so I kind of made in my mind when I got back that I would like to see something like that here. And I would like for it to take place with the kids, with the next generation of kids coming up.
Do you find that, okay, I don't want to be like stereotypical and old, but the kids today, blues is not the most popular form of music. You don't hear it on the radio as much. I mean, how do you find and how do you use the blues to connect with that audience?
Well, I look at it this way. You know, if you could find diamonds on the beach like you did sand, it wouldn't be valuable. So to me, blues is an inherent part of our history, not just, you know, as being a musician, but a part of our history for our country.
Well, it's one of the true American musical forms. Yeah.
True. And, you know, it was an old saying that you raise up a child, you know, when he's young. And so we understand that kids are not going to always stay in the blues genre, but we want to give them a wonderful foundation in music. And, of course, that starts with blues. As Willie Dixon said, you know, blues is the roots and everything else is the fruits. So we know that if we invest some time in them as musicians while they're young, it'll benefit them you know, years from now.
So how did you get the blues camp to Hampton? You had to, I mean, right, there was one in Chicago. Was there another one, or were you, the second branch?
No, they had them in Chicago. They have them in California, Texas, Minnesota. So we were having camps all around. And I would go around, you know, as we had different camps. And I was like, well, we have a lot of wonderfully talented kids here. And so I would like to have a camp here. So, of course, I had to petition with the board, the Blues Foundation, Blues Kids Foundation, and ask them.
Fernando, we should mention Fernando Jones, okay.
Fernando Jones. And so I petitioned them to have a camp here. So we started on our quest to have a camp here in Hampton, and this is our third camp.
I think that's, you know, kind of impressive. And the blues, I know Chicago may seem like the hub, but I think it belongs in the South.
I think it belongs everywhere.
Well, you are really on a mission to spread the blues and to make sure that art form stays.
Well, my long-term goal for Hampton is to make Hampton the international blues camp for kids. I can see festival just with kids from all across the country, just coming to play blues, to fellowship, to exchange, you know, cultural exchange. Many of the kids, once they come to camp and they meet other kids, they stay connected on Facebook. They let each other know what they're doing. You know, they cheer each other on. So it's great to be at the foundation of something that will, the kids will carry with them, you know, throughout their life.
So why Hampton? You don't live in Hampton, but you chose Hampton for your blues camp. Why?
Well, in looking for a place to have a camp in this area, I had to look as an outsider. I had to view Hampton Roads as an outsider. And when I thought about where the camp was going to be, where would they stay, what other activities would be available for the kids and their parents to enjoy a week. As I said before, maybe everybody don't know about Hampton.
That's right.
I was born and raised here, so I know Hampton and I know the kind of lay of the land. And so when we began to look at places, cities, to have a camp, Hampton stood out. Where else could you go where you would be in an area where you have all type of eateries? you have museums, you have 4 or 5-star hotels, all in the vicinity of one another. You have a place where people feel comfortable, the people are friendly. It was just, Hampton just stood out among all of the other cities, to have a camp. And so that's why we chose Hampton.
You also have some musicians who work with you to help teach the kids, right?
Yes.
It's not just you. You bring some other folks in.
Yes, normally they would have, at a full camp, they would have professional musicians, working musicians, to come from Chicago to teach kids their prospective instruments. And all of that is based on what type of resources we have available to get them here. But that's the ideal perception, is that we have professional musicians who are out working every day, go across the country, around the world playing blues. And so we wanted to expose our kids to that type of environment, to build relationships, to learn firsthand what it is to be a blues man, a blues woman in that particular case.
Now, you are not just at camp, but mentoring some of these kids and broadening their exposure. You took some to Memphis recently,
Yes,
didn't you?
we did. Big Lou from B.B. King's Bluesville on XM radio has a fundraiser every year, and so he chose the Fernando Jones Blues Camp as one of the recipients for his fundraiser that was held in Memphis at the Hard Rock Cafe, Hard Rock.
Yeah, that's great.
And yeah, it was wonderful. So a couple of the kids that live here had the opportunity to go down and play and meet. They met Big Lou, and a lot of the blues, pedigree were in town because it was Blues Music Award week, and so a lot of blues players, and they complimented the kids about their performance, and we raised money for the camp. So it was a wonderful experience, not just for the kids, but for us as well, to see them play at the Hard Rock Cafe.
That's great. And I've seen your kids play for 3 years now since your first summer here, and some of them have come back all 3 years. Sometimes it's completely new, but I think people will be amazed at the quality coming out of high school kids. They're just phenomenal. And some of them aren't even in high school yet.
Exactly. And the thing is something about them being with folk kids who are their like age, similar background, some not, but they're able to communicate through and exchange through their music. So it's a great thing.
Connects people.
It does. It does. Music is very powerful. I say music is the most powerful drug there is out there. So if you want your kids to be hooked on something, hook them up on music. It is a universal language, and it has a way of bringing people together.
Well, thank you. We're going to take a break now because we do want to talk to some of the kids and see how the music has influenced them. But I want to take this opportunity to thank you for what you're doing, bringing this camp to Hampton and working with our kids and that next generation.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
You're an inspiration, Jackie.
All righty,
thank you. And we'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm going to introduce you now to two of the kids from the blues camp who live in Hampton. You're not going to believe this, but they are just rising freshmen right now. Ricky Cordner and Tyler Bevington. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Tyler, you've been to the camp for a few years. When did you start with the blues camp?
Roughly about 3 years ago. I was just getting into the blues scene, and blues camp just kind of appealed to my taste and all that. So it just kind of came to me as a good idea.
So you were how old? 11 or 12?
Yeah, somewhere around that.
Yeah. Was that like intimidating, as someone that young to be around professional players and to be getting that kind of help and attention?
Not really, because it's a laid back atmosphere. It's not like you better do this right or else we're going to start all over and it's going to humiliate. It's not like that. It's just really laid back. You can relate to the people that teach it, and it just kind of all comes together, and it's fun. That's
great. Ricky, what about you? You're a little newer.
Yeah, I am.
You found out about blues camp a year ago, or?
Yeah. My mom showed me the website, and I was like, oh, I want to play music and I want to perform, so, why not?
And what's your musical background?
I've been playing for 7 years, mostly guitar. I've played piano too, but not as much as piano as guitar.
And what has it been like for you? Because you guys are local, and so you get not just the blues camp, but when there's a fundraiser, when there's something else going on, they sort of tap you on the shoulder to perform, right?
Yeah.
How has that been?
It's been everywhere. I mean, like, we've done fundraisers, we've gone out and played smaller gigs, you know, at jams and open mics and stuff like that. And we just to get the word out, get people more.
A lot of poise for someone your age. Is that part of what they teach you, is also how to be a performer, not just the musical part of it?
Yeah, that just comes just by being around the people in there. I mean, stage presence, like in the blues camp, stage presence is like half of the whole performance, and you have to get people dancing and stuff. It's not just you up there singing.
Yeah.
And you have to have fun while you're doing it.
Okay. So Ricky's a guitarist. You.
Keyboard and vocals.
Okay. Is this something either one of you, music is going to be a career for you? And you're a little early to make that commitment, so I don't expect to hold you to this.
I don't know about Ricky, but I was hoping for it, but there's a lot of other things out there that I'd like to do. And I mean, I'm just going to see where it goes.
Right.
But right now it's looking pretty good. So
You have
possibly.
a while to decide.
Yeah.
So you're going to start
Yeah.
Kickotan next year.
Yes.
What kinds of other things do you want to study besides? And Kickotan has a great musical program too. So.
I mean, engineering and some physics, maybe.
Okay.
But music is like the big thing that I like to focus on, because it's fun, and it's like my dad always says, if you do something fun as your job, you'll never work a day in your life. And I think that's like what music is to me.
That's a great philosophy. That's a great philosophy. All right, Ricky, you're going to start Phoebus in the fall.
Yes.
You're going to stick with the music, but what other kinds of things are you interested in learning about or doing?
I'm really interested in engineering and that kind of stuff.
And Phoebus has that niche
Yeah.
program for engineering. What about robotics? I know they have that there.
Yeah.
At least one of your sisters did that, didn't they?
Yeah. I'm planning on doing that and a bunch of other stuff in the program.
That's great. Well, you guys have a long time ahead of you, and I'm going to cut the talking short because I think what people really want is to hear you guys perform.
Yeah.
So thank you. We're going to take a break and come back with them on the set. Thanks for watching.
My name is Tyler Bevington. This is Ricky Cordner. We're from the Blues Kids. This first song we're going to be playing is Down Home Blues by ZZ Hill. 1, 2, 3, 4. You say a party's jumping, everybody's having a good time, and you know what's going through my mind. Do you mind if I get comfortable and kick off these shoes while you're fixing me a drink? Play me some of them down home blues. She said, you know I don't get much out of the town, and you know I cut out a lot of that running around all week long. I have been keeping my cool, but tonight I'm gonna let my hair down and party on these down home blues. Down home blues, down home blues. All she wanted to hear was some down home blues all night long. Every other record or two, she said, take off those fast records, play me some of them down home blues. Play some some down home blues, Ricky. She said, my old man gonna wanna fight 'cause of the hour that I'll be getting in tonight, but I don't care. Tonight I'm gonna do as I choose. I'm gonna get my hair banged, party on these down home blues. Thank you.